very good evening to everyone. SPJIMR has been hosting Alumni Awards for the past few years to honor and recognize our distinguished alumni. We are here today to applaud their work, dedication, and achievements in their respective fields, presenting you the 11th edition of SPJIMR Alumni Awards.
We are your hosts for today. I'm Surabhi Purvar.
And I'm Sahajpreet Kaur.
A warm welcome to our respected alumni, winners, the family and friends, Dean Dr. Varun Nagaraj, professors, staff members, current participants on campus, our extended family and our alumni to the SPJIMR Alumni Awards 2022. Before we begin with the ceremony, I would like to call upon Ms. Sheetal Wadhwa, Manager of Alumni Relations Office, and our mentor to brief you all about the awards and to introduce our jury members.
Thank you, Sahaj and Surabhi. Good evening, everybody. It is my pleasure to introduce SPJIMR Alumni Awards that has developed beautifully since the commencement in 2012. It now honors accomplishments in 6 incredible, strong categories, namely Promising Recent Alumnus, Corporate Excellence, Social Excellence, Best Family Business, Excellence in Entrepreneurship, and Alumni Service Award. Although it will take me not less than 5 minutes to explain the process, the awards team has, thank you. The awards team has spent around 5 months building this event that is now in front of you. In the month of August, we circulated nomination forms for our alumni to nominate themselves or their batchmates. This year, we received 100+ nominations. Our department's participation in the nomination process solely entails the nomination of alumni for the Alumni Service Award category. All other nominations come from our alumni only. On receiving the nominations, the awards team follows up with the alumni to gather any further data that may be required to finish the profiling, which they then compile into a dossier for each nominee. A thorough shortlisting process follows, which is based on the criteria established at the start of the year. For this shortlisting process, the entire alumni committee is involved and sits through for days and hours together. Once the shortlisting is completed and the top 5 in each category are selected, the jury takes control. Can I have the jury slide, please? Thank you. The jury consisted of our dean, senior faculty members, and last year's award winners. Can I have the next slide? After much deliberation, the jury arrives at a consensus to determine the winners, sometimes winners, if there is a tie in a particular category. Before I close, I would like to also mention the efforts of my entire awards team and the other ALCOM members who have handled the logistics and other activities with exemplary dedication. I sincerely hope you have an outstanding evening interacting with the stars of today's awards ceremony. Over to you, Sahaj and Surabhi. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am, for this crisp and clear introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin SPJIMR Alumni Awards 2022 with the first category of Promising Recent Alumnus, which recognizes a young alumnus for an accelerated career track for having within 5 years of having graduated from SPJIMR.
Here are the nominations for this category. I now request Dr. Varun Nagaraj and Professor Anshul Verma to kindly come up to announce and present this award.
Okay, so the winner in this category is Pranav Gopal Pujari.
Mr. Pranav Pachari, class of 2018 from the PGEMP program, is the General Manager at Schneider Electric, a company which is a leading multinational conglomerate in electrical business. Currently, he is responsible for product marketing and management of export portfolio of India business and has been leading this domain since the last 2 years. His find of new segments and avenues for sustainable growth has led to an increase in the market share of the same. He in the past led EXCOM level task force of L&T for 1 year for cost efficiency and productivity improvement. In addition, Mr. Pranav was nominated as a member of Sounding Board of India's Zone President and even received the Dean's Gold Medal during his time here at SPJIMR. Sir, we congratulate you and would like you to speak a few words.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, SPJIMR. Thank you, juries, for selecting me for this award. It feels, am I audible? Yeah. It feels great when you get such kind of recognition, especially when you have put in hard work for more than 2 years and leading, especially international operations, which is a tough task, you probably are aware of. Because it is market creation job and it is not the momentum-based job. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and everyone, from family to friends, from my teachers to my colleagues, my organization, everyone. But the one who stands out and has really transformed me in my career is no other than SPJIMR. The reason is, SPJIMR has given me a Midas touch. When I entered this institute as an only engineer with electrical engineering background, I had merely only technical knowledge with me, and that to limited extent. But when I stepped out with completing the graduation, I realized the institute had developed thinking perspectives for me. I mean, holistic ability to assess the situations and objectively decide each case on its merit. With this, I started pursuing whatever I learned here in my career. Of course, we learn academic subjects and everything, but what I really appreciated, which probably I didn't appreciate when I was in the campus, but I appreciated when I went back to my organization, there are 2 things. One is science of spirituality and walking the path of ethics. I mean, these 2 things where SPJIMR definitely differentiates the education pedagogy and creates some differentiator in you and which makes you succeed. So I have taken the 2 lessons from this institute, and probably my all young colleagues, all my young mates, I can see also here, everyone here, that 2 lessons which I have learned here. One is do the right things rather than doing what you see right. Objectively, you decide, you assess each case on merit and then go further. And the second, learn, walk the path of ethics and then decide. Your life becomes easy and you need not turn back and see what you did, whether it was wrong or right. Things will automatically fall in place. That's how I have got transformed with this SPJIMR, entire my course, entire my education. And I'm really thankful to all my teachers, faculties, everyone, for giving me the opportunity of studying here, as well as they giving me training, they giving me education, and that's how I am really thankful. I mean, I'm short of my words to thank. I'll remain indebted to SPJIMR forever. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure this is a great learning for all of us sitting here to work on the path of ethics to achieve success in the coming future. Now, moving on to the next category for SPJIMR Alumni Awards 2022 for Social Excellence. This category recognizes excellent track record for meaningful impact in the social sector.
Here are the nominations for the same. May I request Dr. Varun Nagaraj and Professor Prabhat Pani to please come up on stage to announce and present the award.
It's my privilege to announce the winner in this category, Ms. Priya Agarwal.
Ms. Priya Agarwal is from the 1992 batch of PGPM. She is currently the founder and the director of her initiative, Antarang Foundation. Antarang Foundation is challenging the paradigms in career linkages for children from low-income backgrounds who are at a high risk of dropping out of the education stream and falling into the informal exploitative sector. Priya has designed a sequence of interventions that can be plugged into the existing models to develop them reach their full potential. Priya has dedicated more than a decade to this organization so far. She has also been awarded as one of India's top first-mile responders during the COVID crisis by the World Economic Forum. Ma'am, we congratulate you and request you to please say a few words. Thank you, sir, for presenting the award.
Thank you. About 30 years ago, not about, I think 30 years ago, I walked into the corner office of Dr. M.L. Srikanth, a very nervous and very confused 21-year-old. It was placement time. I had no clue what I wanted to do, where I wanted to work. And I was even more nervous walking into Dr. Srikanth's cabin because some of my colleagues who had known Dr. Srikanth know how particular he was about his time and how prepared you needed to be before you even went to meet him. So I don't know what I was more nervous about, the fact that I had no clue where to go, what to apply for during placements, or whether it was meeting Dr. Srikanth. I spoke to him just about the fact that somehow a career in corporate India didn't seem inspiring. And when I stopped there, I thought he would, sort of ask me to leave, because here I was at the end of 2 years of my management education. But what happened during a meandering, almost 30-minute conversation were sort of three things that, to me, till date, are my North Stars. The first thing that he told me was that a quality management education, the kind that, SPJIMR gave me, equips you not just to solve problems in corporate India, not just in industry, but solve even large, intractable problems in the world, because the principles remain the same. The second thing that he told me was about just creativity and critical thinking being the most critical skills along with ethics that help you succeed. And the third thing that he told me, which I think I took to heart pretty much, was and this was as I was walking out. He said, wherever you work, ensure that your first few bosses in your in your career are unreasonable bosses. Because if they're unreasonable and they push you to do things that you are not comfortable doing, and they push you with a really large vision, you will realize what your potential is. I've had the privilege of working with pretty unreasonable bosses at the beginning of my career, and I think that's shaped who I am today. Very, very honored to receive this award from my alma mater. This is really special. Thank you. It's very special because the seeds of social change were really planted here. It gives me immense pleasure when I read the mission statement of SPJIMR today, where doing good is good business, and you can see that pretty clearly. I'd like to thank three sets of people, three sets of really special people, I would say. One is just the extended SPJIMR family, Dean Nagaraj, the jury, faculty, students over here, and my dear SPJIMR colleagues who've been with me through this journey. My founding partner, Rita Pani, I think she teaches here, some of you would know her. She's been with me right through. Anuj Gandhi, who is my batchmate, he's been with me right through. Ramona D'Souza, who said she nominated me pretty much every year, right? And I didn't know about that, and finally I've got this award. Mukesh Agarwal, Prasad Kulkarni, Rajesh Jejurikar, these are people who've been strong supporters right from when I started my career in this sector. So that's the first set of people. The second set of people are really all of the students that I work with. I work with close to 120 students year on year across the poorest government school districts in the country, in several states across India, and my absolutely wonderful team. And the third is my friend and my life partner, Arun, probably the best gift that SPJIMR gave me. We met here, and we have two beautiful daughters, young women, in whom just principles of equity and social justice are firmly ingrained, Aditi and Anushka. So thank you very much. And to this graduating batch, you know, a career in the impact sector today is a career that really will help you be part of the movement where doing good is also good business. So I would say really explore it. The opportunities are tremendous. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was indeed inspiring and motivating for all of us. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Moving on to the next category now, which is the Best Family Business Award. Here, we recognize the alumnus for an excellent track record in terms of growth, size, management, and social impact after having graduated from SPJIMR in a company or a group established as a family-owned or managed business, working beyond the first generation of owners.
Here are the nominations for this category. I now request Dr. Varun Nagaraj and Professor Tulsi Jayakumar to kindly come up to announce and present this award.
Okay, so we have a tie here, and it's my pleasure to announce Deepak Agarwal and Rajesh Varke as the best family businesses.
Mr. Deepak Agarwal, class of 2001 from the PGP F&B program, is the managing director of Bikaji Foods International Limited. Mr. Deepak started his entrepreneurial journey by assisting his father in the family business, the brand we know today as Bikaji. Today, Bikaji stands for authentic Indian taste with diverse products and innovative packaging, adding to this commitment of taking asli Indian taste to the world. The company has recently been listed with much fanfare. Mr. Agarwal has also won multiple awards, including the Government of Rajasthan State Award for Export Excellence in 2008 and 9.
Talking about Dr. Rajesh Varke, PGP, FMB graduate class of 2030, is currently the Director of Molecular Biology and Virology at High Media Laboratories Private Limited, with presence in more than 140 countries. High Media is the leading manufacturer of bioscience products for the past 45 plus years and has been one of the pioneers of RT-PCR-based molecular diagnostic platforms in India. Dr. Rajesh Varke has led High Geno MB at High Media to envisage and execute development of latest molecular instruments and innovative rapid diagnostic technology. We congratulate you both, and first I would like to request Mr. Deepak Agarwal to please enlighten us about our journey so far.
No, it's okay. Hello everyone, and thank you SPJIMR for this award. एक छोटी सी स्टोरी सुनाना चाहता हूँ. मेरे साथ मेरे एक दोस्त आए हैं जो FMB में है, सागर पारिक. तो फॉर्म तो ये भर रहे थे. मैंने एक दिन इनके घर पहुँचा तो मैं क्या कर रहे, कहते हैं फॉर्म भर रहा हूँ SPJIMR का। मैंने क्या करना है, तो बोले इंटरव्यू है मेरा। तो मैंने कहा यार मेरी शादी हो गई, मैं भी इंटरव्यू बहुत लेने लग गया MBA का, पर मुझे भी इंटरव्यू देना है एक, तो मैं भी फॉर्म भर देता हूँ। उसी के चलते मैंने फॉर्म भरा। मैंने ना अपनी वाइफ को बताया, ना अपने पेरेंट्स को बताया, किसी को भी नहीं बताया, और यहाँ पे आ गया इंटरव्यू देने। सुबह पता चला कि टेस्ट है इंग्लिश का, लॉजिक रीजनिंग का। तो मैंने कहा ये लॉजिक रीजनिंग क्या होता है, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है। मैंने अपने एक सर को फ़ोन किया, मैं कहा सर ये लॉजिक रीजनिंग क्या है? तो बोले तू कहाँ फंस गया? तो मैंने कहा कि सर बता दो थोड़ा बहुत जो भी बता सकते हो। तो ठीक है। फिर दो और क्लासमेट्स गौरव मारू और एक लोकेश लट, उनको मैंने पटाया कि भाई मुझे चिटिंग करा देना, ना मुझे इंग्लिश आती है और ना मुझे लॉजिक रीजनिंग आता है। तो एक को इधर साइड में बिठाया, एक को उधर साइड में बिठाया, और सागर पारिक जो है उसको सामने बिठाया और कहा कि भाई मेरे को चिटिंग करा देना। तो हाँ, थोड़ी देर बाद मुझे जब एग्ज़ाम स्टार्ट हुआ तो पता चला कि ये लोग मेरे से भी गए बीते हैं। और समहाउ फिर उसमें एक अच्छी चीज़ थी कि जो भी कुछ आधे से ज़्यादा जो आंसर्स देने थे वो ABCD जैसे देने थे। तो मैंने कहा जय माता दी करके और हो जाएगा, तो वो हुआ। फिर उसके बाद मैं पूछा कि भाई शाम को किस किस का फ़्लाइट है जल्दी, तो मेरा कोई फ़्लाइट नहीं था। मैंने कहा मेरा जल्दी है। तो मेरा सबसे पहले ग्रुप डिस्कशन हुआ, तो 2 टीचर्स बैठे थे। मैंने कहा अब तो और फंस गए जल्दी में। तो मैं बीच में बैठा, 3 इधर बैठे 3 इधर बैठे कि मेरा नंबर नहीं आया पहले शुरू से। फिर ग्रुप डिस्कशन स्टार्ट हुआ, एक्सपोर्ट पे स्टार्ट हुआ। तो एक्सपोर्ट्स पे बातें होने लगी, मार्केटिंग पे बातें होने लगी। मैं चुपचाप बैठा रहा कि भाई कुछ नहीं बोला, कुछ नहीं बोला। 20 मिनट तक मैं चुप रहा। तो मैडम ने पूछा मुझे, यस मिस्टर दीपक, डिफाइन क्वालिटी। मैं 2 सेकेंड चुप रहा। बोले कि आई एम आस्किंग यू डिफाइन क्वालिटी। तो मैंने कहा मैम यू आर आस्किंग मी व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय क्वालिटी? तो बोले यस, मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ कि क्वालिटी का क्या मतलब होता है। सो आई स्टिल रिमेंबर, मैंने उनको रिप्लाई दिया कि मैम कैन आई रिप्लाई इन मिक्स हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश? बोले येस, नो प्रॉब्लम। तो मैंने कहा कि जो प्रोडक्ट खाकर अगर कंज्यूमर को सेटिस्फाई हो उसको क्वालिटी कहते हैं, और जो हम बनाए प्रोडक्ट अच्छे से बना के कंज्यूमर उसको वैल्यू फॉर मनी समझे उसको क्वालिटी कहते हैं। तो बोले वेरी गुड। बोले व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि इतनी देर से ये लोग बातें कर रहे हैं अबाउट एक्सपोर्ट्स एंड ऑल, सो आप क्या उसके बारे में सोचते हो? तो मैंने कहा मैम आई हैव अ 2-3 years एक्सपीरियंस इन माई बिजनेस। मैं वैसे तो 5-6 साल हो गए एक्सपीरियंस को। तो बोले हाउ कम, आपने तो एजुकेशन लास्ट ईयर ही ख़त्म करी है। मैंने कहा मैम पर कभी कॉलेज गया ही नहीं मैं अपनी, इसीलिए हमेशा 12th के बाद में खाली एज ए मारवाड़ी पीपल हम लोग सीधा 12th के बाद में कॉलेज पढ़ने, स्टडी करने अपने फैक्ट्री जाते हैं, कभी कॉलेज नहीं जाते हैं। और ख़ासकर छोटे शहर बीकानेर में हिंदी मीडियम ही स्कूल्स हुआ करती थी, हिंदी मीडियम कॉलेजेस हुआ करती थी, एंड कभी नहीं। तो ये सब बताने का मेरा पर्पज़ ये है कि जब मैं SPJIMR आया और मेरे को जब मैंने ग्रुप डिस्कशन दिया, फिर पर्सनल इंटरव्यू दिया, मैंने किसी को घर पे ये नहीं बताया कि भाई मैं ये इंटरव्यू दे के आया हूँ, क्योंकि आई वॉज प्रिटी श्योर दैट मैं सेलेक्ट नहीं होऊंगा। ठीक है। एंड 5 जुलाई को हमारा सेशन स्टार्ट होना था, एंड just 2-3 days back Mr. Sagar Parekh and his father came to me and said कि अपने को कॉलेज चलना है। मैंने कहा भाई साहब मैं तो पढ़ाई से हमेशा दूर भागा हूँ और मैं तो किसी हाल में कॉलेज नहीं जाने वाला। सो वी हैड अ वन डील कि 2-3 दिन जाके देखना, नहीं समझ आएगा तो मत जाना। मैंने कहा ये भी बात ठीक है। एंड व्हेन आई केम हियर सो आई फाउंड कि एक बीकानेर वाला है जो मेरी तरह नमकीन बनाता है, गुरुजी ठंडाई वाला है, बहुत सारे लोग थे। तो मैंने कहा ये तो ठीक है, अपने ही लोग हैं। एंड सो SPJIMR मेरे लिए बहुत टर्निंग पॉइंट रहा। मैं आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जब मेरा लास्ट प्रेजेंटेशन था, एंड दैट टाइम यू नो माय टर्नओवर वाज इन डबल डिजिट, एंड आई सेड कि नो सर नेक्स्ट ईयर I will do in 3 digits, and I will grow by 35-40% for sure. And what I have learned in SPJIMR is first thing is always attitude. जो एटीट्यूड मैंने सीखा है, जो मैंने माइंडसेट सीखा है और जो ये काम सीखा है वो SPJIMR और मैंने मेरे फ्रेंड्स लोगों से सीखा। जब मैं यहाँ पे आया तो मैं बहुत मतलब स्टूडेंट एज अ बहुत डफर टाइप स्टूडेंट हुआ करता था, पर यहाँ पे सारे अपने फ्रेंड्स लोगों को इतना इंस्पायर हुआ, इतना मोटिवेशन हुआ, और उनको देख के इतना मेरे में फील आता था कि यार ये कितना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं सब लोग। तो उनको देख देख के मैंने अपने फ्रेंड्स लोगों के साथ, अपने टीम के साथ में मैंने उनको पढ़ के, उनको सीख के, उनकी नेटवर्किंग के साथ, उनके साथ फ्रेंडशिप रख के, और एसपी जैन में जो मैंने उस समय हमारे पास 4M टीचर्स हुआ करते थे, मिस्टर मोराडी एंड मर्चेंट, मूर्ति सर एंड मैनन सर, और उन लोगों से जो सीखा, सबसे सीखा, वो आज हम लोगों को, एक बीकानेर छोटा शहर है और वहाँ से हम लोगों ने अभी रिसेंटली बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में हमने अपना कंपनी का IPO लिस्ट किया है। एंड मैं कभी स्मार्ट नहीं रहा, पर मैं आपको यहाँ पे ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैंने बस अपने कॉमन सेंस से और अपने हार्ड वर्क से बीकानेर से बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पहुँचना, एंड 4 डिजिट में हमारा टर्नओवर करना, उसके बाद में प्लानिंग्स करना, एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट से कई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स ओपन करना, आगे के 5 साल का और करना, दिस वाज जस्ट अ हार्ड वर्क. With your hard work, with your passion, with your good ethics, as one of our alumni mentioned, you can do everything. And बस इतना ही कहना चाहूँगा. And thank you again, SP Jain, my friends, my family, my team, especially my wife, my kids, and my friends. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir, for that interesting story, and we wish all the best to Bikaji Foods. Now, I would like to request Mr. Rajas Warke to please come up on the stage and say a few words.
I would like to thank SP Jain for first identifying me and considering me for this prestigious award. Everybody's success, I think, has 3 parts to it. One is family, the other is teachers, and I guess something linked to yourself. So, since childhood, I was quite lucky. My parents were very loving. Friends were always better than me. And family always took care. I was the youngest in the family. So we have more than 20 family members in our business. We have verticalization of business today, but when I joined and before me, this is a 40-year-old company. So there are a lot of ambitions and there are a lot of concerns of individual family members that are there. So when I came here in SPJIMR, I was pure technical. And I remember my interview where I had told in my interview that I want to learn finance. And they said, you are rejected. I said, why? She said, we don't take anybody here for a single subject. If you're going to come in, तो एक all around हम सिखाते हैं यहाँ. And then they try to understand what my requirement was. And eventually I was lucky enough that I joined the batch. There is a concept called look up to, which I believe in. So since childhood, my parents, I think I look up to them the most. This is very important for kids because I used to be on the other side listening to people who used to present their success stories. And I'm fortunate enough that today I can tell you my story at a young age of 44. So looking up to is a very important aspect. We look up to God all the time. Means whenever we are in trouble, हम बोलते भगवान को कि कुछ कर ले, मुझ इस तकलीफ से छुटकारा दे दो. So from childhood, my parents have really been important in me moving up from all my limitations to breaking them at every stage. So that was my first stage. My father used to travel minimum 6 months a year, if not more. I understand that now because I do the same. And so I was grown up by my mother. So I can't really thank her because everything I am today is mentally because of her. My sister is not here, my elder sister. I look up to her because since childhood, she was always the better person in everything she did. So I was always look up to her. So the look up to aspect I'm focusing on because this helped me to keep on excelling all the time. After my sister, it was my friends. Luckily, in every stage of my life, I had friends who were better in their character or performance than me. So I always, either in sports or in education or in art. So I would always be with them, and it helped me to do better than what I was. Doing all this, I came to SPJIN. Now SPJIN was, I would say, very important transforming time for me in life. It lot of questions I used to have in my life, but why I do something, and once you know why you're doing something, you always know how you can achieve it. So ये जो सवाल थे मेरे, we had a course of psychological analysis, and you can't believe when they did my psychological analysis that the lady told me, you are the most complex psychological analysis I have done in my life. With your portfolio, you don't seem to be as commanding in a character as you are. And she helped me. So you might think SPJIN mein finance sikha, because I told no, my professor, I want to learn finance. But the single most important thing that SPJIN gave me was that advice that lady gave me at 8:30 in the evening after doing my psychoanalysis. She told me, मुझे success के लिए क्या करना है, and that's when she told me कि आप ये decision क्यों ले रहे हो, why you're taking this decision, और वो आपको पता होने के बाद how you're going to get it executed. आपके family business में आपको आपकी जगह बनानी है, तो ये दो सवाल के आंसर आपको होने हैं, वरना आप कितना भी पढ़ाई कर लो. I was already a doctorate at that time, but kind of lost in where I wanted to go in life. So that was one thing, and the second part was the social program that SPJIN runs. For me, working with Dr. K.G. Karmakar was a life-changing experience. I learned ethics, and the second division, that Warkem agri-business that we do, actually was conceived right here. So in my business plan, this was written. The professors liked it that time, and today it's my passion. Even though I'm a molecular geneticist by training, half of my time, or even more than that, I spend in agriculture. It's a very different world as compared to my scientists that I meet too, because every scientist believes their empowerment, कि मैं क्या हूँ. When the farmer is always on the ground and is saying, आप मुझे मेरे लिए क्या कर सकते हो, always open to ideas. So very opposite scenarios of business models that I look into. But all of this is linked to a very, I would say, central dogma, that is, every family business is a teamwork. And this teamwork is complicated to run because, one, every person has an ambition, and if you have many stakeholders, you always have concerns. So to be able to manage this, in our family business, we have Mr. VM Varke and Dr. Varke, who are managing all these 20 plus members and ensuring that each person's ambitions and concerns are being taken care of. Very critical, because otherwise you walk into each other's steps, and aapka ambition kitna bhi ho, you get stuck into the issue of not being positively driven in your business model. In all this business, the one thing that gets always missed out is obviously wife and my two lovely children. They accept my unrelentless travel and work, so I cannot thank them enough for that. And my maternal uncle, Dr. KBC. I'm giving all these people because truly I am standing here because all of them have been instrumental of me being able to be successful and achieve something I did not think would be possible in this time. So he has been a guide and selfless mentor on how I should be doing things. But for all students, we got a lot of books. I'm sure you get books on a weekly basis to read, and I used to read all of them. I love book reading. So two aspects of a character I believe are most important. It was from the books I had learned, and I over now in few years have thought. One is to be humble, and more important than I would say humbleness is passion. This, unless you have passion in your work, like you know, so you saw you must be seeing football matches in World Cup, and brilliant teams do not win. And I always think, like we say in business, uska पेट भर गया है. So पेट भर गया यानी वो जो जीतने की जो जुनून होता है is not there in that player. So player में the best player in the world, उसने 1000 गोल किए होंगे, but उसे आदत है गोल करेंगे, and he has no I would say, drive to be able to score that goal when the other team, which is maybe not as brilliant, is able to, as a teamwork, able to do it. So passion is a key part. Other thing is, if you're starting something, follow your intuition, very key. That will lead you to your failure, which is very important. And after that, being able to take responsibility and move on. Ye, I think, is key. Unless you're able to do this, you will not be able to achieve things in your life, is my goal. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm happy that SPJN recognized me as a student, and I hope that I'll come back on the stage sometime later in life with another recognition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, we'll be moving on, and we have B Major with us. B Major is the music club of SPJIMR. They have always brought life to the festivities of the institute with their lively music, be it their impromptu jamming sessions in the hostels to their amazing performances on stage. Today, we have B Major here with us to string their instruments to the songs of love and homecoming. Let us welcome the club on stage to enthrall us yet again with their melody.
Hello. makes you.
Thank you, B Major. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us. Moving on to the next category now, which is Corporate Excellence Award. Here, we recognize the alumnus for their exemplary contribution towards growth of a company in a leadership role.
Here are the nominations for this category. We now request Dr. Varun Nagraj and Professor Malay Krishna to kindly come up to announce and present the award.
So it's an honor to announce the winner is Mr. Mukesh Agarwal.
Mr. Mukesh Agarwal, class of 1992 from the PGDM program, is currently working at the National Stock Exchange and is the CEO of NSE Indices Limited and NSE Data and Analytics Limited. Being the business head, he is responsible for providing strategic direction to the business and setting up product agendas. During his tenure, the total revenues of the index and data businesses at NSE have grown 4 times in the last 7 years. His efforts have also not only led to an increase in the market share of the NSE index base in India, but also an increased presence in the international markets. He, in the past, has also been associated with CRISIL Limited, a Standard & Poor's company for 20 years, including President of CRISIL India Research for 5 years. Sir, we congratulate you and request you to please share some insights on your journey so far.
Thank you very much, and good evening, Dean Dr. Nagraj, esteemed faculty, students, my batchmates, and alumni members. I really feel honored and humbled to receive this award from my alma mater. I would say it's a matter of pride. And I am visiting the institute almost after 30 years, and I see the institute has totally changed. In fact, when we joined in 90, ours was the first batch to come into this building, and we had only 2 classrooms, you will not believe it, and both the classrooms used to leak during the rainy season. But I don't regret, but whatever values we learned, whatever we learned was excellent. And another thing is, I call myself as a lucky man. I'll tell you why. One is because I've studied in 2 institutes, great institutes I would say. One is BITS Pilani and second is SPJIMR. And in both the institutes, I have been lucky. I would say the luck was in my favor that I got admissions. I'll tell you why again. Now in BITS Pilani, I got admission in the 3rd list, and because that time we had no competitive exams, we used to get admissions based on marks. If I had got 1 mark less in my class 12th, I wouldn't have got admission in BITS Pilani. I was lucky enough, I got admissions in the 3rd list. And the story repeats in SPJIMR also. Now SPJIMR also, I had applied for the exams, I got admissions into NM. SPJIMR I didn't get admission. I think finally in some 3rd list or 4th list, I got admission. The story repeats. And now I feel very lucky that I took the decision of joining SPJIMR and not going to NM. Again, there also, my father called me up. My father called me up from Calcutta because he had he knew someone and he told him that you should go to SPJIMR, because I had never heard of the name of SPJIMR, to be honest, at that time. That friend of my father told my father that he should go to SPJIMR. I believed him and I came in here. And I'm very, very happy that I made the right decision on coming here. I really feel proud to be associated with the institute because I remember when we came in, and it's a fact of life because our institute was, that time we are just coming up. In fact, in our batch, when we passed out, at the time of placement, I think Asian Paints came here for the first time. PNG came in for the first time. None of the big guys used to come, and I got a job in Asian Paints that time. So I think things have been falling in place for me, and I consider myself to be very, very lucky, and for that, I would like to thank my father. Again, I'll tell you why. Because my father sent me to a hostel in class 4th. A lot of people ask me, was your dad nut? Did he send you hostel in class 4th? Didn't he love you? But when I look back the whole thing, I feel I was lucky one that my father sent me to a hostel in class 4th, because if I had continued to stay in Calcutta, being a Marwadi, being a joint family, probably I wouldn't have learned. But going into hostel, the kind of values, the kind of things I learned, because in staying in a hostel, because if you stay in a city, you will not get a chance to do horse riding, you will not get a chance to do swimming, you will not get a chance to play basketball. But since I was in a hostel, I got a chance to do everything, and that has changed me as an individual. So I think I consider myself to be very, very lucky all through my life. I have got the right friends. I have Priya, Arun Agarwal. I still remember him by nickname, Arun Agarwal. All the good friends, my Bets Pilani day friends, my school friends. Lucky to have been associated with good friends. And similarly, I think when we were here, we had excellent professors. I think Dr. Shrikant, late Dr. Shrikant, then all the professors, Professor Rao, Professor Kulkarni, Professor Patel, I think all of them shared the vision that, first of all, our institute should be different. Institute should be hatke, should not be a normal MBA institute. I think that's what we are doing, all this teaching on social services, etc. Institute should be different, and institute should reach one of the top-ranked institutes, and I'm very glad that we are there now. I really feel proud to be associated with the institute, not because we have reached the rank, but kind of values and ethos which we learn in the institute. I think our institute is very, very different, and I believe that being a different institute, being a low-profile institute, it really helps, because then that also taught us in real life we need to be humble, we need to be all those kind of stuff. So I think I really thanks a lot to the institute, thanks the institute for the award, but also I would say in my personal life also, in my professional life, again I've been very, very lucky. I'll tell you why. Sorry for taking more time, but when I did my MBA over here, I thought I'm a production guy, I'm an operations guy. I took operations as my specialization. I did some courses in finance, and I joined Asian Paints. I went to the shop floor. Again, अरे हम तो MBA है, दादागिरी चलाएंगे. To be honest, the workers taught me how to treat your team members. So because in 1 month, they taught me how to treat it. Now, after that, I changed my career. I used to think that I'm a finance guy. I'll get into finance. Again, I was lucky to get into CRISIL. And CRISIL, I was a hardcore analytics. And I always believed, even my batchmates would never imagine that Mukesh Agarwal will ever do marketing or sales in his life, because I was considered to be one of those hardcore numbers guy, analytics guy. So, but again, wherever I've gone in my job, people have told me to different roles. One day my boss calls me and tells me, please do sales, you head the sales. I believed him, I trusted him, I took up the role, and I succeeded. So I think I've been lucky in all along, but if I have to look back and just for the students, look back and what has been the key success factors or what has helped me being successful in my life, I would just list down a few things. This sound to be very simple, but I think these are very, very important in life. One is, I think, and some of the winners have already said this, one is be humble, stay rooted, generate and win trust of the various stakeholders, continuous product innovation, and stay ahead of the competition, focus on execution excellence, get into the details and don't do things superficially, ability to think beyond the obvious. This is another, next point is very important. Invest in the future growth of the company. Don't sacrifice investments for sake of reporting profits in the short term. Be empathetic towards the team. Celebrate success with the team. Again, this is very important. And have the right bonding among the team members. Provide regular and honest feedback to the team members. In life, everything is common sense and simple logic. Don't complicate life, but keep things simple. Lead by example. And above all, I would say show gratitude. Again, this is very important. And this is just because I happen to be from the stock exchange, especially for the students. Start investing early in life to reap the benefits of compounding. Because no, and I don't know how many of you know, I don't know how many of you read this book, Psychology of Money, and that book he says that Warren Buffett made 90% plus of his wealth after the age of 50. So that is the power of compounding. And also invest in equity, because wealth can be created from equity. sorry for pardoning this, but again, we have to do that. So in the end, before I conclude, I would like to thank my mentors in my organization, various organizations, my peers, and I will not be doing my job if I will not thank my teams, because whatever I have achieved in my life is because of the teams who have worked with me. Then I would also like to thank my parents for whatever values they have taught me, for whatever they've given me life. My wife, Bina, my son, Divyansh, my wife is sitting here. My son is not here because he's in US, who have supported me all through my professional life. And in the end, the Dean Dr. Nagraj, the esteemed faculty, jury, students who have recognized my performance and given me this award, big thanks to all of you. Look forward to staying in touch. Please reach out to me for any help and support you need. Thanks a lot once again. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir, for those learnings, and we look forward to interacting with you very soon.
Moving on to the next category for SPJIMR Alumni Awards 2022 for Excellence in Entrepreneurship. This category recognizes alumnus for innovation, scalability, ability and impact in an entrepreneurship venture. Please note that this year SPJIMR has decided to divide this category into two subcategories where we recognize alumni for the growth in entrepreneurship ventures in less than 5 years and greater than 5 years. Thus, we will have separate nominations and winners for the same.
First, we have the nominations for less than 5 years. May I kindly request Dr. Varun Nagraj and Professor Ratika Gore to come up on the stage to announce and present the award.
I should have got my glasses. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay. All right. So in this category, the award winner is Amit Kumar.
Mr. Amit Kumar, PGPM class of 2008, launched his first venture, SPJIMR home services platform in 2014 that got acquired by Quicker. Now he is the CEO and founder of MSMEX, which was launched in 2019. MSMEX is India's leading MSME EdTech platform for providing affordable business education to 6.33 crore micro and small business owners of India. Amit recognized that poor growth in the sector was due to a lack of business education, guidance, and broken hand-holding, and within 2.5 years of the launch, his company has delivered 8 million learning minutes to over 1 lakh MSMEs through 5,000 online sessions through hand-picked curated experts. So we congratulate you and request you to please share some insights on your journey so far.
This is something which I have to do always on the stage, adjust as per my height. Okay, so I don't come from a family business background. I don't have even money to invest in the business. On top of it, I have to pay the EMIs for the fee I have given to SPJN for my MBA. This was the statement I made in Professor Parimal Merchant's entrepreneurship class. And I said that I will never be able to become an entrepreneur. And today, standing in front of all of you, receiving this prestigious award on entrepreneurship excellence. I not only started my business, sold it in a 3-year span of time to Quicker, and started once again. I also became an angel investor and started supporting other entrepreneurs. So When I started my next business, which is MSMEX, the model was to coach and train the MSMEs across India. Through this model, we conducted more than 5,000 live online sessions and reached out to 1,500 pin codes and clocking 8 million learning minutes and trained more than 1 lakh MSME entrepreneurs. Again, someone who never believed that I can be an entrepreneur. So life is mysterious, full of surprises and magical at times. And I would like to thank SPJIMR for giving this magic to me. Because what happens to you in life is of two ways. One, what do you think? And how do you surround yourself? Thinking obviously comes from the teaching, from the learning, but SPJIMR also helped me with all those surroundings, because of which I could get that competitive edge which is needed in this startup ecosystem, where everyone looks for the pedigree when you are sitting in front of the investors. And SPJIMR helped me in getting that. Not only this, the subjects which we feel at times are boring, economics, finance, accounting, costing, HR, leadership, various other subjects. I never imagined in my life that I will be using some of these subjects almost every day in my life, which is that I do during my entrepreneurship journey now. Some of you may have heard or seen a video which went viral in WhatsApp groups. आपने इन्हें जरूर देखा होगा, बेशक पहचाना नहीं होगा. Anyone? Yeah. So in that video that was made by MSMEX, if you remember my face, I was there in that. The theme was mine, the script was mine, even the voiceover was mine. Today my voice is not the original one because I have this sore throat. But yeah, that video went viral all across India. Again, I never imagined that this kind of video, these thoughts will impact millions of entrepreneurs across India. So thanks to SPJIMR for giving me these surroundings, that kind of learning, that kind of foundation, and that ecosystem which is needed for doing anything better in life. Now, entrepreneurship journey is tough. It's ups and downs and rough and tough always, and that's where I want to thank my wife Chandni and son Mehul who are here, because I gave up, I broke, I almost was like done. But these were the two people in my life who always supported me, and because of them I kept going. So somewhere I feel blessed that I could get everyone right at the right time in my life. So thanks jury, and thank God for helping me with all this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for giving us insights about your very own entrepreneurial journey. Now, moving on to the next subcategory of Excellence in Entrepreneurship of greater than 5 years. Here are the nominations for this.
I now request Dr. Varun Nagraj and Professor Ratika Gore to kindly come up to announce and present the award.
May I just say first, it's such a lovely category to have SPJIMR job makers. And congratulations to all of you nominated. And the winner, oh, it's a tie. Okay. So we have Abhijit Gun. Is it the right way? Okay. And second is Aditya Rajesh Daga.
Mr. Abhijit Gant, class of 2006 from the PGTM program, is currently the MD and CEO of Right Water Solutions Private Limited. Right Water Solutions is specialized in potable water and water quality improvement solutions with a focus on rural India. Under its leadership, Right Water has recently bagged a project of installation of water public purification plants across 17,500 villages in Maharashtra under Jal Jeevan Mission, which is one of world's largest projects for supply of water purification equipments and was recognized as India's top 5 performing MSMEs 2021 by the Economic Times and Care Ratings.
Moving to Aditya Rajesh Daga, he is from the class of 2011. From the PGP FMB program, is currently the Executive Director of Plasti Surge Industries Private Limited, which is engaged in manufacturing and exporting of surgical products. He has scaled the family business from the annual turnover of Rs 8 crore at the time of joining to a turnover of more than 50 crore. During COVID-19, Aditya supplied more than 2 lakh PPE kits and generated an additional employment of 500 workforce. He also developed a path-breaking technology of saline gargle RT-PCR test kit, which eliminates the need of taking swab in collaboration with CSIR and NIRAI, and has been recognized for the same by Honorable Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari. He has also been recognized for 100% biodegradable and compostable product development and is awaiting a design patent approval for unique tying arrangements for plastic gloves. We congratulate you both, and I would request you to share some insights in your journey.
Good evening. It always brings a sense of pride when your alma mater recognize your efforts and hard work. So I would really like to thank SPJIMR for this wonderful recognition. Recently, Mr. Mukesh Ambani had told that there is no greater G than Mataji and Pitaji, and I truly believe in that. So I am really thankful to my parents for whatever I am today. And being from a family-run business, I would like to thank each and every member of my family who backed me from start till today, and they will be backing me in the future. You know, when I was told that I had to give a speech today, so it brought me back to my college days when listening to such speeches used to really bore us. So I thought that now is my time to give it back and bore you all. Just kidding, I'll keep it short. So I just want to share a few learnings that I've learned from SPJIN and which has helped me, through my entire entrepreneurship journey till now. First and foremost, that I've learned was to build a culture and value system that you truly believe in. And this starts with yourself. We should build a culture and values for ourselves, and you'll see that people around you will also start following you. So we need to make an identity for ourselves and for our organization. Second, get your hands dirty. In a typical family-run business, one needs to ensure that he or she is not fooled by your juniors or your subordinates. And to do that, you need to start from bottom and get a hands-on experience. If you know how to do the work that your junior does, I'm sure you can go on to become a great leader. Last but most important is the age-old mantra of innovation. आपको कुछ नया करना ही होगा, else you will become obsolete. I don't know if you all have read about it, but recently Mercedes-Benz CEO had stated that their biggest competitor is mutual funds SIP. Could any of us would have thought that such competition could also exist? The world is changing and evolving so rapidly that to survive, we will have to continuously innovate and be ahead of these competition dynamics. And I truly am grateful to SPJIN for having taught me these values and these teachings which have been helping me throughout my entrepreneurship journey. So once again, I thank all my SPJIMR professors, my colleagues, my friends who have been with me and supported me throughout. Thank you.
I would now like to request Mr. Abhijit Gant to come up on stage and share his insights. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. It's an
honor to have been chosen for this prestigious award, and very, very special award, obviously because it's come from the alma mater. Just to give you a background, my company, Right Water, is a water technology company which is engaged in providing clean drinking water solutions, and our focus is specifically rural India. It's been a long, long journey, and the entire SP ecosystem has been very, very important, has played a very important role in our entrepreneurship journey. And in my speech, I would just like to share how SPJIMR ecosystem helped me throughout my journey. When I was in campus, so the two projects which were instrumental, which I did at SP for my, choosing this sector. So the first project was DOCC project. That was the first time I did a project with the NGO. And that year, that project was awarded as the best management summer internship project by Mumbai Management Association. And there we competed with most of the IMs. And that was the time I realized that a purpose-driven project is realized always more than a pure commercial project. Second was my internship with Colgate-Palmolive. So I was working on a project called Disha, which is similar to the famous Project Shakti of Unilever. And I was working in Eastern UP and evaluating that project, and that gave me opportunity to visit 100 villages of Eastern UP in a span of 2 months. There that was the first time when I interacted with villagers and realized, the challenges they have to face for getting basic amenities like water and electricity. And that is one of the reasons why I'm in this water sector. Then when it came to raising funds for our company, again, SP played a very, very important role. In fact, the first fund we raised from government of UK, it's a UK-based fund. And our investment banker was my batchmate, Mayank Lunawat, and he helped us to raise the first round. Now, presently, we are raising a fund it's a French fund, it's the world's first water fund, and PwC is running our mandate. And coincidentally, that PwC team is joined by my another batchmate, Sriram, and he is now working on our closing that transaction. And now we plan to list within next 2 to 3 years. And now I'm 100% sure that this SP network would definitely play an important role in that. 2, because I have found 2 more connections in the network. One is Deepak, who did a blockbuster IPO few weeks ago. And second is the exchange CEO, Mr. Mukesh Agrawal. And he'll definitely help me because he's my double senior. I am also from BITS Pilani, sir. So it's a BITS Pilani and SPJ. And so for students, the network which you develop at SPJIMR over the period of 2 years is absolutely, absolutely valuable. And you believe me that, and these are the batchmates or the alumni, you can go anytime and they'll go all out of their way to help you. You just have to reach them out. Finally, I would like to mention incident like I was introduced by saying that we have recently bagged India's largest water equipment supply project, which is supply of electrochlorination plants. You would be surprised to know that that was our red book, that the project was conceived and submitted as a red book marketing assignment at SPJIMR. So Professor Renuka Kamath and Rupal madam evaluated that project, and they said, and I still remember they said this project has got huge potential. So it took 15 years. We just changed the segment from B2C to B2G, and today that red book assignment has become a 1,000 crore project in terms of value. And in terms of impact, we will be delivering close to 2 billion liters of water every day and reaching 3 crore people across villages of Maharashtra. And since Professor Abbas is here, so I would again narrate a funny incident. I was 2006 pass out, so SPJIMR mein tab tak consultancy firm aati nahi thi. So the first time Accenture Strategy Consulting came to campus. And consulting firms have their huge, rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, then partner round, and they'll take you to offices, and we got through all those rounds, and this finally selected 2 people. So first time a consultancy company selected me, and another was Abha, who was finance topper. And 1 month after our college got over, I realized I want to continue, I want to get into entrepreneurship. But I was scared that pehle bar company I had, Abbas sir ne laya hai. So I just called Abbas sir and said, sir, I want to get into entrepreneurship, but kya karu, it's such a prestigious company coming for the first time. But that point of time, Abbas sir we just supported, saying, if you think you want to do that, I'll handle the company, don't worry, you go ahead and get into your venture. So really, really thankful to all my professors at SPJN and the entire SPJIMR family, because they have been really given invaluable contribution in my whatever I have achieved till date. I would also like to thank my parents and my father who has motivated me, to get into entrepreneurship, and my wife who has tolerated, because she is the one who is managing when I am traveling most of the time. So thank you all for this award. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, and we really applaud all of the work that your organization is doing.
We would now like to introduce SPIN, the dance club of SPJIMR, which was established by our seniors a few years ago, and now the legacy is being carried forward by our batchmates and friends. I would like to call them up on stage to enthrall us with their performance.
रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए।
गोरी 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 कभी कभी कहीं कहीं चोरी चोरी गोरी 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 कभी कभी कहीं कहीं चोरी चोरी छुप छुप के तुम मिला करो प्यारी प्यारी बातें बातें किया करो पर यूं ना मिलना किसी से कभी हमारे सिवा
Thank you, Spin. That was indeed an amazing performance.
Moving on to the last and the special category of SPJIMR Alumni Awards 2022 for Alumni Service Award. This category recognizes our institute alumni for excellence in volunteering not only for their alma mater but also play a vital role in building the alumni committee within their respective city or country. For this category, I would like to invite Dr. Varun Nagaraj and Mr. Abbas to please announce the winners.
So we have three names for this award. First one is Nehal Med. Ritan Chatterjee. And Vinith Agarwal.
Vineet Agarwal, class of 2004 from the PGP F&B program, is currently the director of his family-owned organization, Rail Logistics Private Limited. The organization is one of the leading organizations in the field of international freight forwarding and logistics services in India. Vineet led the company to become the first Indian forwarding company to have ISO 9001 certification. He has been also chosen as one of the youngest chairmen of Western Region for the Air Cargo Agents Association of India. We congratulate you, sir, and would like you to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you, a big thanks to my institute for giving this opportunity and giving this award to me. And it's an honor, it's an absolute honor to receive such a prestigious award. So it is by the institute, which was me, for the institute, for the deeds which I have done, and now it's from the institute which I have got. So thank you, institute, again for giving this award to me. Now, what to say? I mean, whatever I have prepared for my speech, all the previous winners have already spoken, and especially the FMB gang. So Marwadis don't even think alike and do the business together, but I think the speeches also which we gave are same. So my fellow colleague Deepak, and now Daga, he has given the same speech which I was looking out for. But yeah, going back to the time when I have joined SPJIMR, at that time the decision was very stringent for us to take. I mean, we were not thinking, me and my dad, when I was selected, and we were thinking whether I should go for it or not. And I remember very well my dad saying me, कुछ जाने नहीं वाला है, मिलने ही वाला है, कुछ सीख के आएगा, जा कर ले. So that's how I started getting into the course, and then slowly and steadily I built. Every now and then, every day there was an improvement. I've learned so many things out of the institute, from the teachers, the dean. Like one of our previous person said, 4 M's, we had 3 M's in our time, which has taught us very valuable input. And the faculty which is now, I'm sure they have been teaching and they are creating leaders for tomorrow. Saying that, the time and the place where we all are in, it's the platform which all of us have to look upon and can do wonders for us in life. The network which we are able to create in SPJIMR and the values and the connects which it is giving you can be of great, great, great help. Not only as an individual, but also professionally for your businesses. Or even the professionals who are working for big companies, like few of us have already said that they have already got the batchmates who are doing their work and their project, and they are going to approve it. So the connect which we are getting from here is tremendous. So the last take for me is that please be here, connect with everyone, and try and do whatever best you can do for the institute, because later on you'll realize that whatever you are because of the learnings which you have learned from the institute. And that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We wish you all the best for the future ahead.
Next, Mr. Nehal and Mr. Ratayan could not make it here today, but they have a message for us. Can we please play the video of first Mr. Nehal?
Dear Professor Nagaraj, Professor Kabula, some of the other faculty who were associated with the alumni groups in the earlier years, Professor Aditi Tibetia, Professor Ratika Gore, Sheetal and Chahat, who have been in constant touch with me in the last few weeks, the broader alumni committee, and the jury of the awards. I'm really, really very pleasantly surprised and taken aback actually, and feel really honored to be selected for this award. The Institute and its Alumni Association has been very dear to me, and I've always connected deeply and widely with it, with the alumni community. I have been associated with the alumni community since 1986 or 87 when I graduated from SPJIMR, when another dear friend of mine, Loai Navlakhi, of the first batch of SPJIMR had started an alumni association, and we used to meet at his home. Of 3 or 4 of us, that's all we had at that time. We used to meet at his home, and he used to create newsletters. We used to post addresses on the newsletters at his home, all of us together, and we used to post them in a post office. And those were the days that we started alumni activities way back. To the kind of alumni activities then I got involved in Mumbai, in India, then moving on to Singapore, and then when I came to UK. All of these were small beginnings, but we actually have been able to build very vibrant, big communities, well-connected communities now, as we can see. And yes, some of it is with the help of technology. The alumni has given me a complete refresh. Every time the alumni has unfailingly given me a complete refresh of my perspective of the world, business ecosystem that we are part of, and also my own self. The alumni has given me the humility to appreciate the freshness and positive difference brought by younger alumni who are not jaded by experience. The reason I'm putting the word experience in quotation marks is that I do not believe that experience is all about the number of years you have spent working, but it is all about what you bring to the table as a result of that. In all my years of teaching at Indian institutes like SPJIMR, FMS, NMIMS, or Sailesh Mehta School, MICA, or Singapore, where I taught at Singapore Management University and at INSEAD, I have found that SPJIMR alumni to be the sharpest yet kindest, and therefore they made me revisit my own concepts and my own understanding of the subject I teach. To cut a long story short, I genuinely enjoy my interaction and friendships that I have built with the alumni across geography and over the years. I feel honored to be selected for this award, and I really feel in all humility that there are more deserving alumni than me, but I'm grateful for this honor and I'm thankful for this honor. And thanks everyone to the alumni administration team and also the jury that took this decision. Unfortunately, I'm not being able to be in Mumbai today because of business commitments, but my wishes and love stays with all of you in SPJIMR, the professors, the staff, the faculty, the current students of SPJIMR, as well as the alumni of the broader alumni group of SPJIMR everywhere. Thank you very much again.
If you're watching this, thank you very much, sir. Can we have the video of Mr. Rutayan, please?
Hi SPJIMR. First of all, I would like to thank the Institute for recognizing those efforts that I myself was quite unaware of. I take this opportunity to thank the faculty and the staff for the relentless efforts they put into shaping our future leaders. I thought that most of this was about the education, the learning, the classroom and non-classroom interactions until I got these little opportunities to collaborate. A huge shout out to the dedication with which this team in the backend continues its efforts to ensure that things are in place and all deadlines are met. I would also like to thank the Institute for providing me with these opportunities because I believe that this is a two-way thing. These small collaborations provide me a platform to engage with fresh talent and helps me understand how aspirations are changing on a continuous basis. Some of these engagements have been overwhelming and encouraging at the same time. This one is for all my batchmates and fantastic faculty and staff at the institute. I really wish I could be out here. Anyways, thanks again, stay safe, and cheers.
Thank you, Ritayan sir, Nehal sir, and thanks to you, Vineet sir, for all the service that you do.
Once again, heartiest congratulations to all the winners. Before we end, we would like to invite the head of the Alumni Relations Office, Abbas sir. Can we have a huge round of applause for him?
Good evening, friends. I just returned from US, and you all know I was there for 2 months. So let me bring on the stage the team who did all the backroom work to make this today happen. Yes, Sarjpreet, Riya, Chahat, Nandita, Bhavya, Ronak, come on the stage, fast, quickly. Priyal, Diya, Sayantika, Vrushali, Meghna, Anjali, Prerna, Udbhav, Arpit, Abhijit, Ishan, Surbhi, Kaushik, Preksha, Yash, Karan, Rupanshu, Shubham, Venkatesh. So they did it. And they were mentored and led by lead manager, Alumni Relations, Sheetal Wadhwa. Where are you? And supported by Zeba. Big hand for them. Thanks to the jury members for the hours and days of discussions who gave us our winners. Thank you, Varun, Tulsi, Malay, Prabhat, Ratika, and Manoj. Thanks also to our previous year's winners, Dinesh, Swapnil, and Navneet, who are part of the jury. Of course, thanks to Spin and B Major for their fantastic performances. Thanks to Prahlad and his team for the infrastructure support, and Sodexo team for their support. Thanks to our vendors, Raj, our alumnus, and his team for the setup of the screen and sound system. Bhagat for putting it all together. Viral for videography and live streaming of this event. And of course, our favorite Vrindavan for the food arrangements. And a big thank you for Business Standard, our media partner, for covering this event. Thanks, Yash and team, for making this happen. Thank you, participants, for being a lovely audience. Our winners will be seated on different tables outside so that you can interact with them. Go ahead and enjoy the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the gracious end. With this, we officially come to an end with the Alumni Awards 2022. After we end. Can I please invite all the winners on the stage to have a picture with you, so that we can have a picture with you. May I please invite Dean Dr. Varun Nagraj and all the faculty members, please. Thank you. And the jury members as well.